Exuma is getting ready for its 19th Exuma Business Outlook under the theme Prioritizing Inclusive Sustainable Growth. Today we're joined by Dr. Lincoln Marshall. He's an adjunct professor with Bowling Green University. We also have with us the Exuma Chamber of Commerce President, Aaron Hanna, and they're here to discuss what we can expect at Business Outlook next week. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Pleasant good morning. Top of the day.
Yes,
Good morning.
top of the day. Let's jump right in. Brother Hanna, how would you describe the current business climate in Exuma?
Great question. So, Mark, I would say right now, business is thriving. We're really in anticipation mode for a lot of investments that are coming through the island. There's a lot of interest in the island. Right now is a slow season, but we expect things to pick back up. So, landscape is looking good for big and small businesses alike, and we're looking forward to bettering that landscape through these discussions to, make it easier and look forward to more sustainable business plans coming out of Exuma.
Yes, Exuma is the place to be for leisure and relaxation, but it's also the place to be for business and economic growth. What are some of the biggest opportunities you see for business in Exuma at the moment?
Biggest opportunity is, I would say digital adoption is a continuing conversation that we're having with, a lot of businesses. As you know, the world is evolving. AI is going to be critical in order to scale businesses quicker and with less capital. So I would say digital transformation again is still an ongoing opportunity, as well as um, digital payment, right? So as you know, in addition to becoming more sound operationally using digital channels, we're also talking about using digital channels for payment services. As you know, Exuma's scope is 365 keys. You got a key for every day, and there's not a bank on
That
every
is true.
key, and so to conduct financial transactions could sometimes be a challenge given that landscape. And so, the central bank would have uh, piloted the Sand Dollar program in Exuma, and it's going, and I think, again, it's still a continuous education campaign, getting people to understand the benefits of using the currency and the convenience of it. So those, I would say, are the two major opportunities for businesses right now.
Very exciting. We got to make sure all our viewers tune in next week, whether online or in person, to hear this discussion as it continues. Dr. Marshall, you'll be speaking at the Business Outlook on the topic, maximizing the benefits of regattas and festivals. I love that. What does that mean to you?
You know, I think when we talk about the regatta, and people go to the regatta for all kind of reasons. Some get drunk, some understand who win the game, right? But I have taken a bigger umbrella saying that a regatta is a festival.
Yes.
A regatta is that's we think that's a Bahamian festival. And so what I'm trying to highlight is that in addition to just going, what are some other ways in which it can be beneficial? As Brother Hannah mentioned, Exuma is going into digital, but there are some intangible things. And what I am going to be talking about is what we call a quad factor, right? That we're going to look at the social aspects, we're going to look at the economic aspect, we look at the cultural and the emotional aspects of the festivals, in particular in Exuma. As you know, Marshall's are from Exuma, so I actually, Brother Hannah, from when I was a little boy, I could remember my uncle. The first time I went to Exuma, this was, like 60, 75, 70, yeah, long time ago. And he said, there's one key for every day in the week. And so it's interesting that you mentioned that.
Yes.
However, for me, I want to look at the quad factor.
Yes.
What are some of the benefits in each of those sub areas? what can we do, what can Exumians do, and what could we as Bahamians, when we get into Exuma, how do we really benefit from it instead of just waiting until the bar opened, we drink, and then we may know who won
We go to
the sloop. We will know whether it's sloop B or sloop A or what have you. But I
exactly.
think there's much more, and I think that's where all of Exuma, all of the Exumians can benefit from that. And I just want to, I wouldn't say tease, but challenge all Exumians and perhaps Bahamians as to those four items.
Right. And very well said. It's, most people go there to eat, drink, and dance. For the people that live in these communities, for the people who are actively involved in the planning and execution of these festivals, it really is a lifeline to a lot of the communities, a lot of the settlements, and they look forward to it throughout the entire year. And sometimes it gives them the capital to carry on through the rest of the year. So just dive into it a little more, why festivals like the regatta are important to communities like in Exuma.
That's a good point, and I'm going to make. When we think of it, the regattas or any festival is 1 day or 3 days. But as you intimated, prior to that, there are committees. So the community gets together. We're going to do some planning. We're going to get volunteers. And one of the things that I feel is important is that there is a need for younger people from the high school to be very much involved in it, to know what is going on. And not only in an academic way, but when the actual festival occurs, they should be visible. And I've had some opportunities where, in particular, yes, say with culinary arts, who can make the best conch fritter? Right? I just throw that at you. And everybody's saying they can make the best conch fritter. Who can make the best guava duff? And so instead of just looking on the base, sometimes we don't see. Those are some activities that I feel should be occurring on land, and we can time them. So it's just after I wake up at 10 o'clock, before we're going to be dancing in Elizabeth Bay late at night. These are some activities that can make all of us as Exumians very proud of, boy, look here, this is what we're doing. And then in another way, we could compete or compare what are they doing, for example, in Long Island or Abaco, right? So I think that is the type of interaction we should be looking for as Bahamians. Festivals, yeah, it's more than just us. It is for the entire Bahamian population.
Very well said. Back to you, Brother Hannah. Why is it important for the business community to rally around events like the regatta?
Well, as you mentioned, Mark, regattas are a very big deal in the Family Island communities. And so it does provide a lifeline for numerous entrepreneurs to really make it through the year. I can tell you the anticipation builds for regatta as soon as regatta ends. So everybody's always anticipating regatta coming back around. And so, you know, I think right now, I think there's so many. I'm so happy to have Dr. Marshall a part of the discussions at the Exuma Business Outlook, and I'm looking forward to hearing his thoughts. But there's so many things that we can do, and I like some of the things that he shared. We do have quite a bit of. I think we have some young people. I wouldn't say quite a bit, but we have some young people that are involved in the process, and that's very encouraging. We may need to look at structuring it to ensure
Yeah.
further sustainability. But as the motto of this outlook is, inclusive, sustainable growth. Really, I think that the regattas from a high level helps to create a resilient economy. Whilst it may be seasonal to an extent, it gives a lot of entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase the best of what they do. And, again, just like Dr. Marshall said, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we have a lot of things that happen throughout the regatta. And I think it's just a matter of socializing it a bit more so
Yeah.
that people are aware of what's happening, because you may have like a performance from a marching band, but I like the idea of the guava duff competition, and so there are a lot of things we can do to spice it up, but
Yeah.
generally speaking, those regattas are truly the most anticipated events across each and every community.
Well, as we look forward to the next regatta in Exuma, we're looking forward to the Exuma Business Outlook happening next week and the contributions by
Indeed.
both of you. This has been an interesting start to the discussion that we're going to continue next week. And I thank you both for being here this morning. Like you both said, regattas serve as a lifeline to a lot of these communities. It's a way to tie together all levels of the community. And there's ways that we can be innovative and sustainable in how we plan and execute these events so that it benefits all. And so thanks again, Dr. Marshall, Aaron Hanna from the Chamber of Commerce, and we can see y'all in Exuma next week.
Definitely.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all so
you
much for
very
being on the
much.
show.
All right.
See y'all on the 16th.
Right.
You're watching Moms at Sunrise. We'll be right back.